As I record this video, we have had our chickens now for just over 2 weeks, and neither of us actually owned chickens in our lives, so it has been a crazy 2 weeks. We've learned so much, and honestly, it has been way more fun than I expected, so I'll tell you all about it. So the most important part of having chickens, or any pet really, is knowing what to feed them, what not to feed them, and what you should and shouldn't feed them. So throughout the internet and all of the research that I've done, it seems like people kind of have a difficult time agreeing on what you shouldn't feed your chickens. I've seen some people say that you can feed them anything, but some things that were often repeated was you shouldn't be giving them any coffee grounds, any avocado skins or pits, and definitely no raw beans or potatoes. But besides those things and maybe a couple others, they love everything, and that's been really, really great. Anytime I have some vegetables from the garden that the bugs have gotten to, anything that I grew a little bit too much of, or anything that's gone bad in the refrigerator, well, too bad for humans but good enough for chickens, I take that out to my chickens every day. They absolutely love it, and it honestly looks like they're having a lot of fun eating it.
That's sweet brown. Oh, she got one! Yay! I don't think she got any earlier.
Another thing that's been really fun to research is how to feed them cheaper. There's a lot of people on YouTube that will show you how to feed your chickens for free. That's definitely something that I would like to eventually get to. So for now, our chickens do eat their typical pellets, scratch, and then we do have oyster shells for them as well. But I'm also experimenting with different ways to lower our chicken feed bill for the future, and I'll definitely be keeping you updated on that. Another thing that was really surprising for me that I just didn't know is that chickens eat meat and they need protein. So of course I knew that chickens ate bugs, but a lot of people are giving their chickens ground beef or pork. A lot of people also recommend giving your chickens scrambled eggs, interestingly enough. So that was really surprising for me. I'm not sure how I'm going to incorporate that into our chickens' diet. Their pellets already include protein, and so I don't think it's going to be an issue as of right now, but it's going to be interesting over time to see how we can get a little bit of meat into our chickens' diet. Another interesting thing about chickens is they get bored and they fight. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but you have to keep them entertained in a way. So you see a lot of chicken toys. I thought that that was kind of a silly thing, but it turns out that chickens need things to do. They need to be stimulated, or else they'll get bored and they'll start to fight each other, which is really not a good thing. When they're stressed out and there is not harmony in your coop, it also leads to less or maybe no eggs. So it's important to have different activities or toys or things to keep your chickens entertained so that they don't start to fight each other. And then something else about chickens that totally blew my mind is they turn off at night. When it gets dark, chickens go up to roost, whether it's in a tree, as you saw in the previous video where our chicken got out, or in their coop on roosting bars. And at night, they basically completely stop moving, and you can grab them if you need to, if you have to provide some first aid to them, or if you need to catch them for some reason. That was totally surprising to me, but thank God for that, because otherwise it would have been a lot more difficult to help our chickens that had gotten in a fight and needed to spend a little bit of time on their own to heal. And now to the ugly. So I had a favorite chicken, and her name was Cheryl. And on Saturday morning of last weekend, when I came downstairs, Cheryl was pretty well beat up. Her whole face was bloody and swollen, and there was also another chicken whose face was bloody and swollen that morning. I was pretty upset. It was very hard to look at, and it really made me pretty sad. So what we eventually ended up doing was taking those chickens out of the coop at nighttime, putting them in a dog crate, and letting them heal in the shed. At first, I was really concerned that they wouldn't recover, but every single day they got a little bit better, and as I'm recording this video, they look like they're pretty much back to normal as far as their behavior goes. Both of them are still missing feathers on their faces, but they seem to be in good spirits. And now, since they're all back with the flock, they have become the best of friends, and it's one of the sweetest things for me to watch. So that's all I've got for this video. I have 1,000,001 other things I can't wait to update you on. How my seedlings are doing for the spring garden, how things are going with my new planner for this year. So if those are things you're interested in, I hope you'll subscribe and follow along on the journey.
Go get in there, Harvey. Hurry up. It's cold out. You're going the wrong way. Harvey. Come on, buddy. Good baby. Good baby.